all he said was, how can I help?
Yeah.
And that is, to me, the way a leader should lead. When you are in those circumstances, number one, nobody wants to come and mess up to something as embarrassing or disappointing in their life as a divorce, or in my mind, it was a failure.
Hmm.
But because I had that relationship with him, I could. And his words of how can I help told me that he was going to help me through
Hmm.
that. Just needed him to know and understand, so that when on those days I did have to take off to do
Hmm.
something, he wasn't going to give me a lot of grief. And sure enough, I ended up staying there another 12 years after that happened. I ended up being a single mom for another 12 years after that.
Hmm.
And he was just a rock. And like I mentioned, at that point I was a director. I ended up as a senior vice president. And it wasn't just him, it was the entire culture. They kind of surrounded people and stood up those folks that were struggling through things. And it doesn't make you lazy, it makes you very loyal.
Yeah.
And if you don't give them the ability to do both, then they will eventually leave.
Yeah.
And you're losing a high performer. And had I really ran into a wall there and they would have really taken some weird, hard stance against me, I would have left,
Hmm.
because my priority were my kids at
Yeah.
that point. And that was, I was non negotiable.
Yeah.
Like, I had to take care of them. And thankfully, I had a great brand and company and leaders that allowed me to do that.